It's your favorite Compas, and we have a loaded show for you guys on this edition of Compas on the Beat. Gilbert, we're gonna do a little bit. We're gonna move in a different way, a different groove. Why? Because this is our third annual Carne Asada episode, and you know we had to take things to the next level. We have two interviews. One, I'm gonna let somebody else take that. There's somebody else who deserves the honor of presenting that guest. Just know it is a Chargers player, but we're gonna have Dan and Daygo talk about that. And then we also have one of Gilbert's co-workers. We're also talking about the fantasy expert Michael Fabiano. Fabs joins us. He talks all things fantasy football. He wants to help you win your league, so make sure you guys listen to him. Plus, obviously, Dan and Daygo and Vic, the producer, will jump on, and we will give our predictions on the division winners and our Super Bowl picks for this upcoming NFL season. Which reminds me, Gilberto, don't you have a question for our viewers and or listeners?
I do, Fernando, but you just said a whole lot there. The Carne Asada special is always a huge episode here on Compas on the Beat, and I lost track. We got interviews. What? We got predictions. What? But we also got the engagement question of the week, and it's the most important question of the NFL season. You let me know in the comments. Jump in the comments. Who will win Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas? Who do you got? You'll find out my picks. You'll find out Fernando's picks, Dan and Diego's, Victor. But your pick, let me know in the comments.
What? All right. Now, we will, like we said, we're going to do things a little bit different. So we will be going to Dan and Daygo so he can introduce our special guest, our newest compa. I think we should have a Compas Hall of Fame, a list bigger than what Messi got for LAFC against Inter Miami. It's going to be bigger here. So Dan and Daygo, take it away and present our special guest.
Welcome one, welcome all to the Compas Carne Asada. If you thought this was going to be like any other day, you are sadly mistaken. Grab a cold one, grab a hot meal, whatever you're into, whatever you want, and come sit down with the lads. We got a jam-packed show for you guys today. And do not forget, we got some breaking news. Quentin Johnston, yes, the Quentin Johnston, the guy I picked to be Rookie of the Year because he has the son of Odin, God of Lightning, tossing him the football. This guy's going to be like Thor's brother out there, like Loki, just deceiving the freaking defenders. Absolutely. Big shout out to Quentin Johnston, who's taking the time to come and sit down with the Compas. You are not going to want to miss it. I'm just going to stop talking. Let's just get to it. Let's get to Quentin Johnston being on the Compas. First round pick from TCU. Freaking shout out. Let's go.
Now, this next guest that we have is bringing a lot of excitement to the Chargers fan base. Why? Because he was selected in the first round. He's at a TCU. He's electric. He's fast. We had to bring him on the show and talk a little ball with him. Chargers receiver Quentin Johnston. Quentin, thank you so much for joining us. And how does it feel to be in Southern California, calling that your new home, with the sun, the beach, and everything? You got to be loving life right now.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when I first got here. One thing that was the biggest part for me from moving to Texas is the weather. Texas, 109, 110 every day, seems like up and down. When I first got here, the sun was out, but I could wear a jacket out without sweating. So that's probably the main, best part besides football. So, obviously it was very easy to get adjusted to that.
Quentin, you're new to the LA area, but when you went to Texas over the weekend and you came back, did you kind of miss LA? You're like, oh, I'm glad to be back here again.
Definitely missed LA. Like I said, I keep going back to the weather. Anytime somebody asks me, I went to Texas and I almost passed out multiple times. I went back to watch my college play, which was a good experience. But obviously, I don't live down there no more, so it was good to be back home. I jumped on the first flight I could find in the morning. Just everything.
Okay. Well, Quentin, I want to look forward to the regular season, but not quite yet. Can I ask you about the preseason, your preseason debut against the Rams? I want to know about the emotions you had because that first drive, they were giving you the ball, a couple of drops, but then later you got the touchdown.
Yeah,
a lot of emotions in that game. How did you feel coming out of that game?
I felt all right. Obviously, the touchdown kind of masked or made up for a lot of stuff. But that was no excuse for the drops and stuff I had in the beginning. Obviously nerves were still there. Preseason or no preseason, it was still my first time on that type of stage with the new jersey and stuff on. So it took me a minute just to kind of calm my nerves. I felt like after that, it wasn't no excuse. The drop is a drop, no matter what stage I'm on. But like I said, the touchdown made up for it, so I wasn't just too mad after the game, but it was still a lot I had to go back and fix.
Quentin, I want to speak a little bit more about what happened the draft. You're around your family, your friends, that you're sitting there. The phone rings. What went through your mind as soon as you saw that phone ring?
Yeah, I was. It was just like excitement, but at the same time, it wasn't excitement as in like cheering. It was like I was just in shock, and I was like kind of dropping, like everybody shut up, everybody talking. So me and my agents went to the back room. My mom's in like the main area, telling everybody, be quiet, you just got a call. And yeah, I looked down and I like initially I didn't even look at the area code or the number. I just knew. I told everybody not to call me, that day, all day. So whatever phone call I get is gonna be, the one. So soon as the phone rang, I picked it up. Hello, what's going on, coach? So it was a very fun feeling for me and my family.
I gotta ask, how much input did you have in that suit? Because that suit was what you got on that day. Dang,
yeah.
Like that was some heavy drip. What went into that suit?
So my agents got me locked in with this guy. He does a lot of suits for a lot of different people around the league and stuff like that. So I went in to go see him initially. Because I like more plain colors. Like, so I was gonna do like a cool black or whatever. My agent was like, nah. Like, this your big day. You got to do some type of color. So they, said they like cream. They wanted to go with the cream. My mom likes, burgundy. So I kind of went with that on the inside. And then the burgundy shoes. And then I kind of added my own little touch on it. Putting my city skyline and different family photos on the inside of the jersey. And then to complement everything, I had the chain with my grandma's face in it.
It's all about the details, Quentin. So I like that breakdown there of the suit. But how about with your mom? You told me that or you told people, it went viral that you're gonna, she's gonna retire. No more working, new house, new car. Has that been done, taken care of?
For the most part, yeah. She retired as much as she can. It took her a minute because she was used to, working so much. I still got to call her every now and then and be like, look, if you want to sleep in. I know you're not used to it, but at the same time, she still has her hands full a little bit. My brother's still in high school. He's playing tennis, at the top of his class right now, doing his thing. So besides that, everything else is, come true.
I like the work ethic there. You can't, the grind don't stop there. So let me ask you about your work ethic, Quentin. When you walk into the Chargers locker room, you always see Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Josh Palmer, Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, keep going on and on. How does that push you to get better and play like those guys?
Yeah, because coming in early, looking up to guys like that, I don't want to be I don't want to feel like or look like I'm just being dragged along. So, I don't care about like from Ken, he's been here 10, 11 years, Josh, not so long, Mike, not so long after that. It's like, you got to kind of jump on it quick as you can, pick up all the information you can, and then, play like you got as much experience as those guys. Because at the end of the day, you're in the locker room with them every day. You're in meetings with them every day. So kind of just pick their brain and see what they got to offer to you so you can apply it to your game.
What was it like when and I don't know how this happened, but when you got drafted and you were at the hotel that they put you up at, you get a call or a text or something from Keenan, and Keenan, Mike, and Josh show up and everything. What was that like for them to kind of take you in like that?
Yeah, I was honestly surprised because I was like, who's this texting me? Who's this calling me? Like I'm in the hotel chilling. Like I'm like, okay, it's my first day in LA. I'm gonna just chill. They already took me to the Hollywood sign. We done went out to eat like 3 times. Like I'm full, like ready to go to sleep. Got the text. Got a Uber over to where those guys was at. It just happened to be Keenan's birthday. So we just chill for a little bit. I got to really just know those 3 guys, and then Derwin came up to me and kind of just gave me the rundown of everything, kind of the basis of the team. The kind of the culture in the locker room, how we were gonna take every day, which was go hard every day. So that was big to me, especially on my first day out here, which meant a lot to me.
So a couple during the Chargers celebrity golf tournament in June, I asked Derwin, I'm like, hey, who's a rookie that stood out to you? And for context of this, back in 2020 when COVID was happening and everything, Gilbert and I would ask players, "Oh, what do you guys think of who's standing out?" And everybody said, "Man, that number 10, Justin Herbert, like you guys got to watch out for him." And because of COVID and everything, we didn't know much about him. But Derwin, when I asked him about it, he said Quentin Johnston, he's him. Like he's like, you got to watch out for him. So what does that mean to have somebody like Derwin James say that you are him?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. With anything, it means a lot. Especially coming in, from a guy like that. Just knowing that, past few years, you always look up to see him on TV. You always, whoever it is, got some on their fantasy team, or you pick him first in Madden. Oh yeah, he started here, started there. So just to come in and just have that relationship with him, means a lot. Especially at first trying not to get like too starstruck, over the fact that okay, this is what this is for real. But after that, it became like a real genuine friendship, which obviously we're on two different sides of the ball at practice, so we push each other every day to make each other better.
Quentin, how about with Justin Herbert and building that chemistry and trying to figure out the spots or where to go? And I think that day where you guys had the scrimmage with the Saints, and I was listening to Michael Thomas talk about Derek Carr, and sometimes communication, you have to talk. It's like eyes and where you're standing. Is that what you're trying to build with Justin Herbert, kind of be on the same page at the same time?
Oh yeah, for sure. Every day, there's certain plays that go in, but at the same time, the defense doesn't always give you the look you want for that play. So there's obviously different audibles and stuff like that, different hand signals, different, like you said, even looks are just kind of like little head signals and stuff like that. So just getting on the same page, with him on that is everything, which we're still working on every day.
Did you get a chance to talk to guys like Michael Thomas and Chris Olave when they were there at Costa Mesa, or even like who you kind of lean on in the NFL besides your teammates, wide receivers are pretty established?
Oh yeah, for sure. Talk to Michael Thomas just a little bit. It was kind of just like, hey, what's up? How you doing? I mess with your game and all that type of stuff like that. As far as that, there's nobody I just really built a relationship with besides the guys on my team, because prior to this I really didn't know anybody.
Quentin, growing up, your parents were in the military, so you had to move around a lot. Just what was that like, having to adjust? And did you kind of, I mean, I don't know what it was like as a football player. What was that like, having to move around so much growing up?
Yeah, so I was me and my little brother was actually fortunate. We caught the end of it. So my older brother and older sister were the ones that were doing all the moving around and stuff. I kind of just stayed in one spot, which I was really blessed, because I at the time not sure how I was gonna handle all the moving around and making new friends. Every other time they get moved or whatever like that. But for the most part, no. I stayed in the same spot.
And obviously you spoke about your family and everything, but just how big of a support system have they been during this time for you?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's been a lot, because obviously it's different for them too, because they've never been in this situation before. So we always kind of like lean on each other in a sense, whether it's like something we don't know or something we just need help with, something we're stressed out about initially. Like me going through my whole draft process, it was them always there for me. Just giving me advice, just telling me just to calm down. I would sometimes get worked up over like a 30 visit, like I don't know how I went. Just kind of going back and forth, bouncing ideas and stuff off of their head. About just going into different meetings, saying certain things, what not to say, how to say certain stuff, folks. So just them, their support, they're always been for me, praying for me. Day in and day out, it's been huge for me.
Quentin, let me ask you about the game over the weekend. Hopefully, it's not too soon, man. But how's that experience, TCU, Colorado, and just did you enjoy yourself at least?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's always good to go back home, seeing all my teammates, all my coaches, just the TCU atmosphere. It hasn't changed. We built something last year that I feel like is going to stick for a long time. Even with the tough loss, it's not like we just got killed. So there's obviously still room for improvement. For the remainder of the season, we know on both sides of the ball, we did good, and just things we did bad as well. So at this point, there's nothing else to do but kind of take it in for sure. Don't kind of just push it to the back burner like what's good. Don't just push it to the back burner like it didn't happen. But go back to the drawing board. I believe they had practice the next day too. Coach was like, "Nah, we getting back to it right now." So kind of just still putting back the pieces from that. But I feel like we have nothing to be worried about. I still say we, because I, forever gonna be, part of the TCU family, TCU community. At the end of the day, I'm still proud of my dogs. They know that I told her that before I left.
I'm guessing when you went back, a lot of people were trying to ask you, catch up with you, but then also they're asking, hey, how's that NFL life? And you're sharing some wisdom, giving advice. How was that approach for you?
Yeah, it was cool. It was different. I felt a little famous when I went back. But it was cool. Some parts, like especially like certain times, I would walk to like a concession stand or something during the game. I'm getting flooded, so I had to. So I was on the sideline at first. I ended up just going upstairs in the suites. I'm like, look, let me just chill up here, and stuff like that. But it was cool. It was a good feeling.
How do you feel like Quentin Johnston, the freshman, has changed from Quentin? How do you feel like Quentin Johnston, the freshman at TCU, has grown now as the rookie Quentin Johnston?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just me being more of a thinker in football instead of just playing football. I feel like for the longest I was just playing football, not just being able to go out there and like, all right, let me see what defense they're in. Let me see what split I need. Let me see what, like different things I need to get open at different points of time. And even in my route, just speed off the ball, knowing what times to burst, what times to kind of like throttle down and get, certain holes in certain areas. And then I feel like the biggest thing for me, freshman year, so I got to drop. I kind of just be like super hard on myself. My dad used to always get on me about this, being super hard on myself and then kind of letting that linger. And I kind of was just, carrying that on my face. Like the look on my face was obvious, stuff like that. So, and I kind of let that follow me through the course of the game. And like, I'm sitting there watching film and I'm just going downhill from the play I missed on instead of shaking it off and going to the next play. So I feel like over time, from those moments to now, it's something I kind of really, really worked on.
Quinn, I got to ask you one question about the game. Obviously, Travis Hunter, for him to go both ways and it being 105, 110 degrees and everything, just what does that say about him as a player?
Yeah, for sure. So I worked out with him a time too. We got this dude we go to, dude named D-Rob in Dallas. That's crazy. A lot of people were saying he was gonna come out and do it. I'm not really sure how much of that. I was like, okay, I'm just expecting him to come out and literally play the full game. That's amazing coming from a guy like that with a lot on his plate already with social media. That has a lot of that comes with a lot of expectations, and I feel like he played his butt off and met those expectations. So real happy for him. And just to go out there in that Texas heat, that's another salute to him, because I don't know how many people, in college football and in the sport of football, alone can just do that. He has generational special talent, special type of win. I don't know what type of track he ran. It looked like he ran long distance because he was definitely out there the whole game. But shout out to him.
Deion said he has that dog in him.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I don't disagree with that.
Quentin, I got one more, then we'll let you go here. But just one question about Sunday, your first regular season NFL game, and what you were saying earlier. I really took that away, where you're saying, you can't let the mental side beat you. Maybe have a drop or two, and then you keep moving on and forget about it. Is that kind of the approach you're gonna go for this first game? Hey, whatever happens, but you got to play your best throughout the
for sure. Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. Because at the end of the day, especially at this level, if you let little mistakes, like a drop or something like that, kind of linger with you throughout the course of the game, throughout the course of the season, that's the easiest way to get cut, no matter what round you went in. So I just got that on my mind every day. Show up to work every day, play as hard as you can, because at the end of the day, everybody's fighting for a job.
You got no pregame ritual before Sunday, or like on game? Do you have any rituals that you like to do?
See, I gotta come up with one. I'm not even sure yet.
I gotcha.
Quentin, one final question for me. I asked this of all the players that jump on here with us. Mexican food. Have you tried any? And who do you think has better Mexican food, Texas or California?
Ooh.
Oh, no, okay, yeah, I definitely tried it. Love shrimp quesadillas. For sure, that's literally my go-to every time. That like the leaders, every shrimp quesadillas though. Like I asked every place they got that shredded chicken tacos, just crazy. I can't really just answer that fully because I haven't really just tried too many places out here. I will say I tried with Javier's. Though Javier's is definitely good. I'll take it. I'll take it over Texas.
All
Okay.
right.
I'll take it over Texas.
Well, we appreciate you, Quentin Johnston, for joining us. Thank you so much. Good luck this weekend. Good luck with your rookie season. And again, we appreciate you so much for jumping on with us.
Cool. I appreciate you guys.
I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, the Compas are probably done. This is a cool guest. They probably are just going to get into it now. But just like that Samuel stooge, wait, there's more. Freaking shout out to Sports Illustrated, fantasy football expert, a real expert, not like half of these other stooges on TV that you see. This guy actually knows what's up. So do not forget to watch. We got Michael Fabiano on the show. Freaking shout out. Make sure you listen to every single word. You already know. Your boy Dan and Daygo doesn't know diddly squat about fantasy football, so you bet. I've been watching this like crazy, studying the tape, getting ready for that fantasy football season, because we all know what it's like. No one wants to be the guy at the bottom, and you get bragging rights for a whole year over your friend group. So be sure to check out the freaking Michael Fabiano, fantasy football expert from Sports Illustrated, right here with the Compas. Grab a cold one. It's going to be good.
We are going big for our fantasy football coverage this summer. If your league has not done it yet, your draft you're in luck, because we have the ultimate fantasy football expert joining Compas right now. Of course, we're talking about the great Michael Fabiano, a senior fantasy analyst for Sports Illustrated. Fabs, how are you? And how are you doing this fantasy football? I mean, we're getting to the nitty gritty. It's coming up.
Been busy. This is the crazy time of the year, and then it'll slow down in 2024, basically. So, but yeah, it's been good. I've still got 4 drafts left, starting on Monday. I've got 2 on Labor Day. I've got 1 on Tuesday, 1 on Wednesday, to round out, I think, 13 or 14 leagues. So yeah, on top of all the stuff that I do for work, I've also got to manage a whole bunch of fantasy leagues, but you know what? I could be doing worse things, so can't complain.
There's a special fantasy league that I've heard of where you're with the Miz, you're with Seth Rollins. What's that league like?
So that is my celebrity league.
Okay.
That I've been running for a few years. And then there's another celebrity league, the Alice in Chains League, where, you know, we've got Mike and Duff McKagan, Michael Bublé, Jerry O'Connell, Jerry Cantrell, Mike Inez, lot of fun guys. It's fun to play in those leagues because, you know, those guys are, you know, my friends, and we trash talk all the time about what matchups we've got, who's going to beat who. And unfortunately, Mike beat me in the Alice in Chains finals last year, and he never beats me, although he'll tell you otherwise. But yeah, those leagues are a lot of fun, and ultimately we play for charity, which is the best part of it.
Yeah, no, that's completely awesome. So, Fabs, if somebody had the number 1 overall pick in their fantasy league, who do you think they should go with? Christian McCaffrey or Justin Jefferson? Or does it kind of just depend in which league format you have?
Well, league format's always important. I mean, in a standard league where you don't get points for catches, you're probably going with running backs more in the first round. But the wide receivers are kind of taken over the running backs as the most valuable position. So Justin Jefferson's my number 1 pick. McCaffrey's probably no worse than 3 or 4, though. I'd go Jamar Chase second. Running backs are going to be drafted at a less frequent rate in the top 2 or 3 rounds. There's still going to be a lot of them, but people are not going to just singularly focus on that position anymore. In fact, I've been going with a lot of wide receivers in my first 3 rounds, which is something I never did before. But the way that the trend is leaning right now, you could still get some pretty good running backs in the early middle rounds.
Yeah, no, of course. And you know what really intrigues me is the second year wideouts. I feel like there's a lot of really good second year wideouts. So if I put you on the spot right now, how would you rank these 4 guys? Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Christian Watson, and George Pickens. What do you like about these 4 guys?
I'd actually rank them exactly the way you listed them. Drake London's also in the mix there too. Drake London would probably be 3 on that list for me. Garrett Wilson had a good year as a rookie. He didn't have a great year. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year. He had 3 really kind of meh quarterbacks. Now he's got Aaron Rodgers. Olave was very good last year, but not nearly what he can be in this league. Hopefully that rapport that he is gaining with Derek Carr will will be beneficial to him. Michael Thomas is also healthy, at least for now. And then you mentioned George Pickens, who, he's got Deontay Johnson to contend with there, but he's going to pop in a lot of weeks. And he's a super athletic type of guy. I think Kenny Pickett's a big time sleeper, and those two have gained a pretty good report dating back to last year. And Christian Watson, I mean, which guy are we going to get? The first half guy that did nothing, or the second half guy that turned into Chris Carter? I mean, we'll find out, but he's the number one from a fantasy perspective. I also like Romeo Doubs, though. I think Romeo Doubs could be a nice bargain down the stretch in PPR leagues if you're not focusing on wide receivers, which you should be. But if you can get him as like a wide receiver 5 type in the double-digit rounds, I think that could pay dividends.
Okay, no, I completely agree. Fabs, let me ask you about Bijan Robinson. There's a lot of hype coming out about him and everything. How do you expect him to do? And are there any other rookie running backs that you're kind of keeping an eye on?
Bijan is definitely the top dog. He's a first round pick. I've seen him go 1 overall in some mocks, which is crazy, but I mean, who knows? Saquon Barkley, was an elite running back as a rookie. So was Zeke. And most running backs in the last 10 to 12 years who've been drafted in the top 10 in the NFL draft have been top 10 rookies among the running backs. And we've seen it with Zeke and Todd Gurley. And I mentioned Saquon Barkley and many others, Adrian Peterson. I think the only guy who drafted in the top 10 who didn't put up a top 10 season as a rookie was CJ Spiller. That's going back a little bit ways. So Jahmyr Gibbs is moving up too, although I don't know that the hype is so warranted in PPR leagues. He's going as a 3rd round pick, but David Montgomery's still there. Not saying I wouldn't take Jahmyr Gibbs, but I'd rather see him as a 4th round pick. If somebody wants to go out and get him, that's fine. But he's moving on up. And honestly, a lot of the other rookies just ended up in bad spots, right? I mean, Zach Charbonnet landed in a bad spot in Seattle because they have Ken Walker. Devon A-Chain is at best the 3rd running back in Miami. Or maybe he sneaks into the 2nd spot during the season. Jeff Wilson got put on injured reserve. But in terms of those rookie running backs, like there's just not a lot of guys who ended up in spots where you can definitively say they're going to get touches. Even Charbonnet was a 2nd round pick. We don't know what his touch share is going to be. We don't know what his workload is going to be because he's got another really good running back ahead of him in Ken Walker.
Yeah. Fabs, I cover the Chargers, and a lot of people are high on their offense thanks to the addition of offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. Are you buying stock in the Chargers players? You have Herbert, Eckler, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Quentin Johnston.
Yeah, I'm Austin's a good buddy of mine, so I'm always in on him if I can get him. And he's been the best running back in fantasy football 2 straight seasons. As for Justin Herbert, I think last year was kind of the anomaly. I don't think that's going to be what happens again. He was hurt. He had the rib injury. His offensive line wasn't great. He had both of his starting wide receivers hurt at different points in the year. And so it kind of fell apart for him. His ADOT was real bad. He's now going to end up being the guy that I think he was the year before. And that is, one of the top 5 or 6 quarterbacks in fantasy football with Kellen Moore at the helm, assuming his receivers can stay healthy. And Keenan Allen, I've drafted him all over the place as a wide receiver too, normally getting him at the end of round 2, the beginning of round 3, somewhere in that area. Mike Williams, we hope he bounces back from what was a disappointing year. And he certainly has the talent to do that. And Quentin Johnston, he's a late round flyer at best. I mean, somebody would have to get hurt for him to really come in and make a consistent fantasy impact. And he's still behind Joshua Palmer too. So I don't know that he's going to come in and be superstar right away. And then, Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett's a decent tight end too at a thin position. And then hell, I even like Cameron Dicker, the kicker, to break out this year behind that offense. Hey man, I know kickers don't get any respect, but I may as well mention them. You got to start one, right, in most leagues.
Hey, honestly, last year they needed him twice to make game-winning kicks, and he went in there and he did it. So I feel like sometimes the kickers get a bad rap, but
they always do.
Yeah. But I think Cameron, he has ice in his veins. I mean, we asked him after the game, like you hit that game winner? Yeah, it was just another kick, and you're like, no, I know, but it was the game winner, and he's just kind of like, yeah, but it's fine. So we're like, oh wow, we're really impressed with the way he just has ice in his veins.
Yep.
I like waiting on quarterbacks, but what's the real sweet spot? I don't want to be too late on quarterbacks either, but should I wait until like the 9th round and maybe roll the dice on an Anthony Richardson, or kind of what are your thoughts on the quarterback situation?
You can go either or. I've always been a guy who's waited, but this year I have changed that a little bit, right? So like if I see Jalen Hurts on the board in round 3, I may take him, or Josh Allen. I'm probably not going to give Mahomes because he's a 2nd round pick. I don't want to go to a quarterback that early in a non super flex 2 quarterback league. Obviously things change if you have to start 2 or you can start 2. But for me, if I wait, I don't mind having like Dak and Richardson or Kirk Cousins and Geno, and I can play the matchups with those, with those players. There's some good. I like Kenny Pickett a lot. He's my favorite sleeper at quarterback this year. Does Russell bounce back? Does Aaron Rodgers bounce back? Last year was a really bad year for quarterbacks overall. At the top, it was good, but other than that, a lot of guys disappointed, including Tom Brady and Rodgers and Russell, and the list goes on and on. But obviously Brady's no longer in the mix, but Russell and Rodgers, let's see if they're in new situations. Rodgers in New York and Russell now with Sean Payton as his head coach. So we'll see if those guys can bounce back. But the position is not one that you have to focus on early in a traditional draft. You can wait, like you said, and still get 2 really good quarterbacks who might not be elite, but together can give you some pretty good numbers on a weekly basis.
Fabs, honestly, you said Tom Brady is out for right now. What if somebody puts up the bat signal and he says, you know what? You need greatness back. San Francisco could come a calling, and he might come back halfway. No, I'm just kidding. But
yeah, I mean, he's part owner of the Raiders now. He's not
oh, that's true.
He's not coming back. He's not. I'd be surprised if he came back.
Yeah, maybe for the Raiders if the Raiders needed him, but
that would maybe be the only scenario, and even that, I don't know if they'd bring a.
It'd be like in semi-pro with Will Ferrell, player, coach, and
right
and owner. Fabs, just real quick, who's a guy that you're really high on that maybe not a lot of people are talking about?
Ken Gainwell in Philadelphia, and they have a backfield committee, so I'm not super high on him, but like I think he could be the best bargain out of the Eagles running backs because everyone's taken Swift and Rashad Penny, and then Gainwell's kind of fallen into round 12, 13, maybe a little bit earlier in some larger leagues, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up leading the Eagles running backs in fantasy points. Stranger things have happened. So Gainwell is probably a guy that I like maybe a little bit more than some people. And, there's some deep sleepers too, like Chigakonkwo, who I like in Tennessee, a tight end. And, I mentioned Romeo Doubs also. So there's some players out there that you can get late that I've been targeting late, hoping that maybe my prognostication will come to fruition and they'll be useful assets for my fantasy team.
Fabs, we obviously we appreciate you having you on, but just really quick, a little WWE talk. What have you thought about the product right now? Have you been keeping up, and what have you thought about what they're rolling out? And I mean, AEW is right there competing with them. So what have you kind of thought about everything going on right now in the wrestling world?
Honestly, I mean, I only really follow like my buddies in WWE right now. So, like Colby, AKA Seth Rollins, and, Mike, and, those guys, like, so I'll follow along with what they're doing. And listen, I don't know that you're ever going to get back to like the greatness of the Attitude Era, or even like in the 80s with Hulk Hogan and all of those, big name superstars that we had, Roddy Piper. I don't know that we're ever going to get there again. But I mean, Seth is has made a great statement. He's one of the best in the business. He's a great guy, and I couldn't be happier for his success. Mike's getting into a thing now with this LA Knight guy. And I don't know a lot about some of these wrestlers anymore, especially during football season. Like I just can't watch. Monday Night Football, I just have too much going on. But I'll pay attention. I have a lot of friends who are into wrestling, so I'll pay a little bit of attention and see what's going on. I'll watch some of like the quote unquote pay-per-view. I always watch those on Peacock when they're on. If not live, I'll watch it afterwards. I know Cena's coming back like this Friday for SmackDown
for about 2 months.
I guess today's Friday. That's what happens when it's close to football season. I don't know what the hell day it is anymore. But I don't know that the product will ever be what it was. There are just so many great wrestlers that were around at the same time. Stone Cold and Bret Michaels, Bret Hart. I got my head in 80s glam bands. It was Shawn Michaels was my favorite. Bret Hart was right up there. Stone Cold. Steve's a great guy too. Triple H. Like, I don't know that we're ever going to see that much talent. And it wasn't even just about like their wrestling acumen. It was like they were great on the mic too. And so Are there a lot of really good wrestlers right now? Great wrestlers. Like, I think, Colby's a great wrestler. Mike's obviously been for a long time. Roman Reigns is reigned for how many years now as the champ. And I still enjoy a lot of the stuff they do. And they do a lot more acrobatic kind of crazy stuff. I mean, is it Logan Paul, right? That's the guy who's, I always get him mixed up. I know one's the boxer and one's the wrestler. I don't pay a ton of attention to them, but I mean, that kid came in and boy, he looked great.
Yeah.
I saw that match he had against Ricochet. I mean, it was awesome. Yeah. It's really impressive to see what some of these guys are coming in doing, the high flying stuff. I've always been a fan of those guys.
Him and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania was a great match too.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, I'm really hoping that they'll put Colby against Reigns at WrestleMania next year. But I don't know that they're going to. Like, I would love to see.
I think they want to finish the Cody Rhodes storyline with him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, do they bring The Rock back to face Roman Reigns? Like, I don't know. They may want to do that. And that's fun to watch in a vacuum, but like, I don't really care about The Rock as a wrestler anymore. Like, remember when he came back and he won the championship? I'm like, well, what's the point of that?
You screwed John Cena. Like, the first time that he fought Cena, you screwed Cena over. Because Cena really wanted that victory, and you could see it. He was there at the Rock was celebrating, and he's just like there, like, dude, like, how did I lose to this guy? So yeah, it definitely, there's been some questionable stuff. But one very last question for you: what have you thought about Seth or Colby's outfits? What have you made of them when you see them? Are you impressed, or what's your thought process?
What's funny is that is not him at all.
Yeah.
The character that you see is not, he is such a cool, down to earth, chill guy. That's not him in real life. It's the same thing with Mike. Like, Mike comes off as this arrogant kind of prick. Like, he that's the character. In real life, he's a sweetheart. He's like one of my buddies. So it's funny. It's funny to watch him come out in all these crazy clothes because that was never his stick, before. But it's worked for him.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest with you, when he's in the middle of the ring and everyone's kind of, doing the whole chant. I love it. Yeah, dude, it gives me goosebumps because that's my friend and he's done so well for himself. He works so hard. Nobody works harder than him. And it just makes me real proud to see him succeeding in the way that he has. And to be honest with you, it's kind of about time they did this for him because he's 100%. He's great. Yeah. So again, a lot of good wrestlers are out right now. I don't know if the WD will ever get back to that like golden age of like the 80s and then the Attitude Era because of just the immense talent that they really had with WCW going sort of like belly up and a lot of the talent coming over. But when I do watch, I'm still entertained. So it's still a lot of fun.
Completely agree. Him, Becky, and Mike are really carrying WWE right now. But the champion of fantasy football was with us, Michael Fabiano. Thank you so much for joining Compas on the Beat. Compas in Spanish means buddy, friend. So you're a compa of the show. We appreciate you so much, and have a great season. And don't try not to get your days mixed up too much. I know there's a lot of craziness out there.
I never know what day it is anymore. Ever. Like, honestly, once football season starts. Like, the only way that I know what day it is there's a football game at night. I know it's either Monday or Thursday. Sunday I know because it's all football games all day long.
Exactly.
So you can't take that. The other days I'm like, what day is it? I don't know. It's Groundhog Day every day.
We appreciate you so much. Thank you, Michael.
You got it.
What can I say? We're like Babe Ruth up in this mother. We're just gonna point out our shot and we're gonna let you know where we're going. Absolute home run again by the freaking Compas. Fernando and you know what? Dan and Daygo's in a good mood. We're going to give that stooge, that scumbag, Gilberto, some credit. He at least took out his little curls and he showed up to the interview on time and everything else. These guys are absolutely killing it. But if you think that's it, if you think the Carne Asada is over, just like at the parties, we're going to have to puke and rally and get on to the next one. Get your second freaking win, because now we get into it with the boys, with the Compas. We're picking our division winners. What? We're getting into all that stuff. And you already know your boy Dan and Daygo's got a lot to say. So do not forget to watch as we get into our predictions and everything else. Also, do not forget, we got a little House of Horns. What? We got a little What's Up Bolts. What? We got a little Combat Compas. What? We got regular Compas. What? And do not forget, soccer season is already getting going and in the flow of things. So be sure to head over there to Compas FC and the boys. They got you covered. It's okay. I know you guys are going to get frustrated because Eddie's a little bit of a City fan, but it's all right. We're going to get past it. Freaking shout out to all of you. We love you guys. Let's get on with the program.
Gilbert, you and I are just two pawns here. Dan and Daygo is the boss. He said we're going to our predictions for the season. Let's do. I know you don't like that. I know you don't like listening to Dan and Daygo, but sometimes he is right. So this time, let's do it. Let's bring in the guys and let's see how we think. Last week, you already saw a bold take. I said Brandon Staley is going to be coach of the year. So let's see now what happens with this stuff. So let's bring in these guys and let's predict the 2023. Let's see what we think the script writers are going to put out.
We're wasting our time here. It's all been written out already.
I know, exactly. So, I mean, we might as well should just let's predict what the script writers have said. Vic, good Labor Day weekend?
Yes, ready to get back into it. You know, football season's around the corner. We got Chiefs and Lions ready to go. Ready for these predictions.
We got Pat McAfee on ESPN too.
Oh yeah, wait, when does that start?
It starts on the 7th.
Okay,
wow.
What a big day. But Victor, real quick, since it is a Carne Asada special, when you go to a Carne Asada, what is your role? What do you like to handle? Because you might have to fight with Fernando on the grill here. I feel like he likes to handle the grill too.
Yeah, I am not. I've kind of dabbled a little bit after we did our Carne Asada episode on Certified Compas, and I kind of, I went and I ordered the Carne Asada. I ordered it preparada and everything ready to go. And so I try not to, like, my brother-in-law, he's the one in charge of the grill. So I stay away. Like, we were making plans for Labor Day. I said, hey, you tell me what you need and I'll get you the items.
All right, he's the errand guy.
Yeah, I hate people preparing my meat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, that sounded weird, but whatever.
No, I know. I knew you were gonna take it that way, but yeah, no, I need to be the dude in control. People, I don't know. They like their meat certain way.
Do you have people who actually help you out, or do you just
Little Daniel's actually so like my mom and Melissa and I are kind of the ones that prepare everything, and Little Daniel helps. Like while I'm at the grill, I'm like, Little Daniel, go bring me this, go bring me that. Daniel's usually entertaining the guests, but I'm usually but usually Little Daniel's the one that's like my compinche. I'm like, hey dude, I need this, I need that, and he runs and he gets it, or I'm like, hey, I'm thirsty. And he runs in and he gets me something to drink. So, yeah. But a couple of years ago, for 4th of July, it was like literally like I had to make like over like 50 burgers, and I was there for a while. So I could just feel the heat. So it was terrible. But let's stop delaying. Gilbert, you're trying to delay us because you don't want this next guy in.
I don't want him to come on. I was gonna ask you another question. And
I had another question too.
What a scumbag. Interrupting my tea party over here. Shout out to the Mad Hatter. Look at him. He's interrupting my tea party and Wonderland and everything else. Then on top of that, he wants to bury me. What an absolute stooge.
Entertaining. Are you the clown act of the Carne Asada? Is that what you're doing?
Clown. Have you seen this guy over here? This fool. Hold on. There you go. This fool looks like the clown.
Is that Willy Wonka? I can't tell.
Yeah, that's
Willy Wonka. How dare you, sir? He has been through a lot. You better remember Johnny Depp's name.
Is that Amber Heard sitting right next to him?
No, she's the one in the back taking a dump on the table.
All right. Well, guys,
allegedly.
I know.
Allegedly.
I know everybody. Everybody enjoyed last year's battle between Kirk the One-Eyed Cat and Gilbert Manzano to see who would end up in the cellar.
I won.
Obviously, it was Kirk the One-Eyed Cat. I think Dan and Daygo won. Vic came in second. I came in third.
Beat me. Vic beat me.
Oh, Vic beat you. Oh, my bad. Okay, there you go.
I was pissed.
So that's how the standings were, and then Gilbert beat Kirk by 2 games. So there you go. That's fair. That's a 2-game.
Hey, what are we gonna do if he loses to Kurt? We're gonna dress him up like a cat. He's gonna be a furry for a day.
We should do that.
He's gonna go on that reality show.
What was that stupid movie with James Gordon or what's his name?
They're gonna he's gonna go on that reality show.
Yeah, cats. We're gonna put him in a whole suit. Yeah, you're right. Cat.
By the way, did you see that video of that one dude? I don't know where he was, but he spent like a bunch of money, thousands of dollars to become a dog. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I saw
that.
No,
that guy's a weirdo. I'm not even gonna say what he allegedly does to people.
Okay.
But that guy's a weirdo.
All right, so we're gonna bring that back, and because it is the Carne Asada, we're gonna be picking 5 games today.
Ooh.
So let's kick it off. Let's see what Kirk's got cooking for us.
I missed that guy.
Here's Kirk the One-Eyed Cat. 49ers, Steelers. He says, give me the 49ers. I want to win. So he goes way back to the middle. And he looks at the Bills and he says, he's going to go Aaron Rodgers. Raiders and Broncos. Like, I'm going to be out on my little kitty ass if I don't go with the Raiders. And then he's flying. Who's going to go? He's going to go Patrick Mahomes. He's going to go Jared Goff. He says, Morgan, Steve Daniels, definitely of the season. That's not losing. Cowboys with the Giants. Give me Daniel Jones, but don't give me Dak Prescott. So he decided to go that route. All right. Let's kick it off. Dan, first game, Lions and Chiefs.
Lions and Chiefs. The Chiefs are at home.
You're an echo in here.
I'm trying to process this. You know what? Give me the under. Give me the under. Give me the dog. I'm going with the Lions. Let's go MCDC.
Wow.
Vic.
I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Gilbert.
We all know Brown. Don't even ask him. He's gonna pull out his pom-poms like last year.
Oh, just like old times. Now, Dan, you missed.
Yeah. Do you want to get your "I Love Mahomes" tattoo on your chest with 2 Super Bowls in there?
I'm the one that picked the Chiefs to win it, so bow down.
You and only one, maybe on this program to flip through the.
I don't care.
A little
Whatever.
bit.
By the way, Fernando, I thought you're gonna do a better job of giving us the details. Your brother had to tell you who's at home. I don't want to ask you that every single time, Fernando. Come on, do my work for me.
Oh yeah. Obviously the Chiefs are at home. They're gonna do the stadium or they're gonna raise the.
And that's why MCDC is going to get the boys fired up, pack in a huge wad of dip, and they're going to ruin their night, dude.
I don't think so. Thursday, Kansas City. That play's going to be popping. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs as well. Raiders at Broncos. Vic.
I'm going to go with the Raiders. I think they've won, 7 or 8 in a row against the Broncos.
They've never lost as the Las Vegas Raiders, according to Joe Morley.
There you go.
Nobody has bigger pom-poms than that guy.
Morley must know something. Him and his son. Raiders.
Yeah, exactly. Gilbert.
You said at Broncos, right?
Yeah.
Yes, at Broncos.
And Kirk got the Raiders, too. I saw that. Yeah, I don't like what the Broncos have been showing me. Let me go with the Raiders.
I'll go Raiders as well.
Kick him out for that one, dude. Give me the silver and black. I don't trust what the Broncos are cooking. Wow. I don't trust Team 3 right now doing his 800,000 jumping jacks.
49ers at Steelers. I'm going to go Steelers. Dan?
Yeah.
You picked the other game?
I think there's a lot of why is he speaking when I'm speaking? I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time.
No, you didn't pick the Raiders one.
I did. Silver and black.
Raiders.
Oh,
this guy.
I was just quick.
This guy.
Oh, I was like,
yeah, no. I was quick.
He needs to go back to kindergarten to understand when we're listening. Oh no, damn! When other people are speaking, we're quiet. We have 2 years of.
All right, just give us your pick.
So everybody, okay. I think there's a lot. There's going to be a lot brewing. I think in the San Francisco locker room. So I am going to go with the Steelers also. Give me Mike Tomlin.
Gilbert.
Steelers at home.
Yeah, Steelers at home.
All right, I'm going to go with the upset Steelers.
This time I said 49ers. Yeah, I said it right this time.
Vic.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers. No Nick Bosa. We don't know if he'll maybe he signs by the time the game happens, but no Nick Bosa. And then for some reason, Kyle Shanahan's teams tend to start slow and then they kick it in gear like 4 games into the season, and they make the playoffs. So I think they'll lose. I think they lost to the Bears on opening day last season.
Oh yeah. Trey Lance, and then I think that week or the next week he was caught at a strip club.
No, that night.
That night caught at a strip club after they lost. Yeah. Shout out Dallas.
Dan's matchup of the season on Sunday Night Football. Cowboys at Giants.
Are you serious? That's Sunday night?
It always is. It's a tradition now.
It's a tradition. Unlike
your
any other.
tradition. This is garbage.
Gilbert.
This is the 4th game on the schedule that we have.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're doing 5.
I can't have all like favorites at home. Give me the Cowboys.
Dan.
I think because of the Trey Lance trade, there's going to be a lot brewing in that locker room. Give me the Giants at home.
Vic.
Yeah, give me the Giants at home. I really like what the Cowboys have done, but I just think being at home is going to be an advantage for the Giants.
Isaiah Simmons pick 6. Give me the Giants.
Oof.
Wow.
Last but not least, Monday Night Football. The Bills at the Jets.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right off the bat, they're starting off with a divisional game. Vic, go ahead.
I'm going to go with the Bills. I'm not a believer in the Jets, as we talked about on our last episode, and that schedule is going to be tough for the Jets. So I'm going with the Bills.
Dan.
Give me with the Killer Costco weirdo. I just think, honestly, I still have a bad taste in my mouth from that Bengals playoff game, and I think that exposed a lot of the Bills. And I think Robert Saleh has a good enough defense to really take it to him. So give me Aaron Rodgers. Are they on the road? Bills are at home?
Yeah, but no, Bills are on the road.
Oh, Bills are on the road. Yeah,
Jets at home.
Yeah,
and I think it's 9/11, by the way, guys, in New York.
Yeah, give me Jets, Jets.
I wonder if Fireman Ed is going to be there.
He has to. I thought his boycott was over.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Gilbert?
Give me the Jets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jets.
Did you
Let
see what
me
the
talk
Miz said?
to you.
Did you see what the Miz said?
I don't think I've caught up. I did. Well, I did
He's
see
like, all you bozos just fall for catchphrases and BS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All about
I'm going to go with the Jets. Last year, I feel like their defense, or all they were missing was a quarterback, and I feel like they added that quarterback. So I'm going to go with that. So there you go. Those are our week 1 picks. And now it is time where we become Nostradamus, and we see if we can pick how the script is going to be written for this season for the NFL. Just to remind you guys, last year in the AFC, Chiefs, Bengals, Bills, Jaguars, Chargers, Ravens, and Dolphins all made it to the playoffs. And for the people listening for the Dolphins, don't be impressed. Tua Tagovailoa at the end wasn't even there, so it was a different quarterback winning in those games. NFC, Eagles, 49ers, Vikings, Buccaneers, Cowboys, Giants, and Seahawks. Gilbert, real quick, if the Super Bowl would have happened, who do you think would have been the starting quarterback? Do you think Philip would have off the street been the starting quarterback, or would it have been Jimmy G
for the 49ers?
Yeah,
I think Jimmy. I think he kept talking about he was trying to get ready, and that's why he failed the physical with the Raiders. I don't know if I buy it, but probably Jimmy.
Yeah. All right, let's go and predict the division. Let's start off with the NFC East. Vic. Holy crap!
I'm going with the Commanders. I'm sticking by it. Like I said, I'm not gonna turn away from what I said. So I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
Every year there's been a different divisional winner, right? Like nobody's repeated
in a row. Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't you hear Vic? He yells at me. He holds me to a standard. He holds me. Don't hold me accountable, coach. Don't do it. Me?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna keep it quick. I think the Eagles are loaded, and I think they're gonna repeat as division winners. And I'm not gonna get ahead of myself, but I'm gonna go with the Eagles fly.
Gilbert.
I really want to go with the Cowboys, but Mike McCarthy taking over play calling duties
Big
really
Mike.
scares the crap out of me. So I'm going back to the Eagles. And I know that they have some coaching concerns.
Oh my
But
God!
go with the Eagles.
They're not even
I'm
gonna
gonna
make the playoffs now.
go.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Ooh.
The New York Giants win the division.
Ooh,
That's
nice. I like
bold.
No,
that.
hell no, I'm not gonna go with the Cowboys are gonna be bad this year. Everybody's saying that this is their year. Rob Gronkowski just announced this is their year. It's not their.
I like
They're
this,
not going.
Fernando. Way to go. Yes.
Yeah, Dak's
Daniel
gonna be.
Jones.
Oh,
That's
this one's
funny.
gonna be fun. AFC East, Gilbert.
Oh, I got you.
AFC East. Oh, yeah. I am drinking the Hard Knocks Kool-Aid. I'm all in on Aaron Rodgers,
Wrong.
Garrett Wilson, Robert Saleh. Give me the Jets or Jets. Yeah, Jets. There you go.
Yeah.
Vic.
I'm gonna go with the team that everybody was picking last year, and I think they've kind of taken the next step this season. I know there's a curse with the Madden curse. I'm gonna go with the Bills. Josh Allen. I think he gets it done. I think they win the division again.
Who's on the cover of Madden? Him?
Yeah, he's
Him,
on
and
the
he's
cover.
dating Haley Steinfeld. There's there's a lot of stuff going on with Josh Allen.
Is that
He's
the
damn
chick from
quarterback.
is that the chick from
Hawkeye?
Is that the chick from Who Cares? Yeah, that's my
from
favorite
Hawkeye.
film.
Oh, that one?
She's the one from Hawkeye, right?
Yes.
Who
Okay.
cares?
Dan,
That was
go
a
ahead.
crappy show. All right. I'm gonna
Thank
shock
you so
all.
much, Dan. Let's move on. Go ahead.
You're trash.
I know what you're
I
gonna go here.
expect this garbage from
Oh,
the
of
stooge
course.
at the top left corner.
You're gonna try and save somebody's job with this.
But let
Go
me
ahead.
tell you something. Let me tell you something. Bring it in close.
You're gonna try and save his job.
This is the year that Belichick is going to shock everybody and win the division. Let me tell you something. Last year,
Let me talk to you.
everyone is all hot and bothered that he's washed and all these things because he let the ego a little too much out of check by hiring a DC to be the OC. Brian Callahan or O'Callahan, whatever his irrelevant name is back.
Bill
He's a
O'Brien.
competent
Bill
OC.
O'Brien.
He's a competent OC. The guy who was with the Texans. Exactly. I know
Brian
his face.
Callahan.
I know his face. Patches O'Houlihan, it could be for all I care. And I think Josh McDaniels was his OC his rookie year, but he looked very competent his rookie year when he had a competent OC. So give me the Patriots. I think he's going to scheme up. I think he's printed out every single, I'm going to say it, bullshit remark you've said about the GOAT, and he's putting it in the locker room, just like they did to Ian Rappaport. And they said,
Fernando,
"Look,
in the locker room.
Stooge, this is what they think about you."
Have you heard of that one, Gilbert?
Nah.
That Ian Rappaport, I guess, said something about the team, and they put it up in the locker room. And like, look at what this stooge said,
That's
and
right.
they put it up and for
Patriots?
motivation. Yeah, a couple of years back when he was a beat reporter.
He has a lot left, dude.
I was gonna say not anymore. He doesn't give any opinions
No,
anymore. He's more
no.
like
He is probably.
You guys have
pissed
backed me into a
off.
wall. I don't want to repeat any. The Bills for the
just
Madden.
pissed me off.
curse
you got the
have-
Dolphins left out there to
I'm
make
gonna
it.
go
the-
Dolphins.
Okay.
with the
picking the
marijuana
Dolphins?
vape.
I don't believe in
allegedly,
tumbling Tua, but I think
Who's their backup? More
I
important.
think they'll be able to get it done. Anybody can quarterback them. I don't know, but anybody could quarterback them with those two receivers. But
Are you smoking what McDaniel is smoking?
hey,
Exactly.
McDaniel's also like, bro, like that dude is
the
that
man.
dude's wild. I'm
Yeah.
down.
It's Mike White, by the way. Mike White.
Huh?
Mike White.
Oh, they're going to the AFC Championship. Market.
Okay,
Mike White.
Let's go now to the NFC North. Dan, if you don't know, that's the Packers, the Bears,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Lions,
Thank
and
you.
the.
Sometimes I need these refreshers. You guys just throw this up there, and I got a million things running through my mind. I got a game tomorrow.
Lions, Bears, Packers, Vikings.
Vikings. Wow, you forgot the Vikings and Minnesota.
Okay, Dan, go
Terrible.
ahead. You start us off then.
Let me tell you something. I will tell you who's going to be at the bottom of this division. That is the Green Bay Go Pack Go LaFleur led team. They're going to be at the bottom. Give me freaking MCDC finishing the job that he was almost about to accomplish last year and making the playoffs. The Lions are going to win the division. Everybody's all hyped on the Bears. I don't buy it with Walter Payton running out there and everything else. Give me the freaking Lions. Right.
Gilbert.
No, I've been sticking to this. They're overrated all off season. They reach for Jack Campbell. Your defensive rookie of the year, Dan. He's not going to be that great. We might be decent, but not great.
He's about to be a Hall of Famer. He's signing it right now.
Did you just give me the finger?
No, I did this. I did this.
I think Jamar Gibbs could be a good running back. He reminds me of Alvin Kamara, or so that's what people are saying. But what do I know? And then, but my pick will be the Green Bay Packers. I'm in on Jordan Love. I've seen flashes. He has a strong arm. I think now the game has slowed down for him, and he learned from Rodgers. That helps out. And I know the defense, like number wise, has been pretty bad, but they have a lot of talent. Like you would think they'll put it together. They got some changes there. So give me the Packers, and I like what I've been seeing with Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, and Romeo Dobbs. I don't know what Rodgers couldn't do with that crew, but it's a good crew for me, I feel like.
Oof. You already saw what LaFleur did with the team when they were first in offense, first.
No, I didn't.
Like, what the
See, like a pro, I kept going. Look at that. At my tea party.
You know who's going to be a really good free agent next offseason? The Manhattan MILF Hunter. He's going to be learning behind Rodgers this year. Zach Wilson, watch out for that guy next year.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
Vic, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the Bears. I like what they've done. I just think I don't have it, and I like this. I feel like all of us are gonna pick a different team here, which is it's awesome. So one of us is gonna be right, Fernando?
Yep, somebody's gonna be right. So
Gilberto, he's a stooge.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Do it.
Wow, yeah. We're just going around, huh?
I'm gonna go Minnesota Vikings.
They won it last year, didn't they?
Huh? No.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah. So I'll just say the Minnesota Vikings. I like what Kevin O'Connell's done. I think he's added some good pieces. They lost Adam Thielen. They brought in Addison. He's fast, so he real fast. We'll see what
you make fast people not look fast.
Not look fast. But yeah, I'm gonna go Vikings. AFC North. Dan, that is the Bengals, that is the Browns, that is the Steelers, and that is the Ravens.
Another one I don't believe in that's overhyped. I think the Ravens are so overhyped, but I mean, we'll see. Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I am not taking the Ravens. So Dan, you're okay with that one?
I'm surprised.
I will take the Bengals. I think people got off their bandwagon when Joe Burrow got hurt. He practiced last week because we're recording last week. Whatever, you need to know that. But Joe Burrow practiced, and I feel good about the Bengals, and I'm taking them to win the division.
Vic.
I'm gonna go the same way with the Bengals. Honestly, until I see what did Joe Burrow say? The window is still open as long as he's there. If he's healthy, he's ready to go week 1. They're the team to beat in the AFC North.
I wonder if Mike Brown is hoping that they don't win the division and they don't make it far in the playoffs, so he doesn't have to pay these guys as much money as realistically we're about to see. I bet you he saw the way the Chargers paid Herbert, and he's probably like, "Damn, like that sucks."
It's wild to me he hasn't got a contract as a recording.
He should have paid him before Herbert. Then
I
know.
I think he's gonna wait until the offseason, which is gonna make Mahomes wait for a new contract as well. Dan, go ahead.
See, I was thinking about being boring and going with the Bengals, but I think now I'm gonna pick a dark horse. Give me Mike Tomlin and what is it, yellow and black or what? Black and yellow. Black and yellow. Give me the black and yellow Steelers. I think they're going to be revitalized. They might have gotten some weapons, stuff like that. Kenny Pickett's probably going to grow from year to year. So give me the Steelers. They're probably going to win it.
All right, I'm not going to be boring like the other guys either, so I'm going to go Baltimore Ravens.
Trash.
I'll say that they keep on talking about Zay Flowers, about him being this weapon.
Training camp, preseason.
Let's see what Lamar Jackson can do. But that kind of goes against my MVP. Well, still, the Bengals will still have a great season and they'll still be my MVP. But I just want to be different here, so I'm going to go with the Ravens. I don't want to be boring.
You've been all over the place, Fernando. If we're comparing to your other picks from last week, you've been all over. I've been keeping track.
I know. That's
Lamar
got paid, right? I like this new Fernando.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go all over. NFC South, Dan, that is the Panthers, that is the Bucks, that is the Saints, and that is the Falcons.
No,
Dan,
that is a basement. That is a dumpster fire. Throw some gasoline on it and light it on fire and forget about the damn thing. Let's see. Who's going to win? I don't think the Panthers, it's going to be hard with the rookie.
I
and
didn't
everything else.
say breakdown.
All right. Give me the Saints. I think they have a better defense probably than any of those guys. They're going to figure it out.
Vic.
I'm gonna go with the Panthers, as I talked about in last week's episode. Someone has to win this division, and hopefully Bryce Young can be the key to, because they have a really good roster. I really up and down, and I know Gilbert talked about their offensive line. I'm not concerned about their offensive line. They'll be fine. So I'm going with the Panthers.
Gilbert.
I don't like anybody in this division, but you got to pick somebody. And I think I saw the Saints have the easiest schedule in the NFL. Maybe them or the Falcons, one of those two teams.
I think 3 out of the 4 teams, Gilbert, they're in the top 10 of easiest schedules in the league, as I saw.
I want to say the Saints are top 2. They're probably 2, but I got to double check. But I'm pretty sure they're one of those. And I will go with the Saints just because of that. And I don't feel good about Derek Carr. But I like that he has, I know, but he has a healthy Michael Thomas. If he stays that way, he has Juwan Johnson, a good tight end. But if he really wants to take this team to another level, you got to push it down the field to Olave. If you don't do that, you're gonna struggle. But it's a terrible division. Don't make it happen, Saints.
We were on the right path. Saints number 1, Falcons number 2, Colts number 3, Panthers number 4, and the big one here, San Francisco, number 5.
Really?
Wow, they got an easy schedule. There you go.
All right, Fernando, give us the Falcons.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The resurgence of Baker Mayfield.
Who are you?
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, that defense.
Oh, I forgot about that team. Damn it.
I'll go with the resurgence of Baker Mayfield. I want to see Baker Mayfield show up to the stadium and cut the grass, sleep there. I want to see those commercials again. I'm gonna go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win this division.
You're out there.
Shut up.
Yeah, no.
I thought he was gonna go with the Falcons. He
I'm high on the Falcons, but I just can't do it. AFC South, Dan, that is the Jaguars, the Colts.
Shut up. I don't need to hear anymore. Dougie P's taking it. I know who the hell's in it.
Yeah.
Dougie P.
Usually what team? That's why.
Help you.
Dougie P's going to repeat. I don't think a lot of them have that much in it. Shane Steichen, I think, is going to be a learning year. Okay.
This might be the easiest one. Give me the Jaguars. That's an awful division, too.
Same. Are we all going Jaguars?
Go ahead, Vic.
Jaguars. I just want to see if Fernando's gonna be the wild card here.
Got a bunch of biters.
Come on, Fernando. Give us the Titans.
I'm gonna go with the Titans. I think the Titans will I think nobody's talking about the Titans. I think everybody's talking about the Jaguars. I think week 1 there could I was hoping somebody would put that Colts game. I was gonna go with an upset on that one, Colts and Jaguars, but I'll go with the Titans. I'll be different. I'll say last year they got pissed off that they lost that game at the end of the season to not make it into the playoffs. I don't think the Jaguars take the steps forward that everybody thinks that they are going to take. So
got a couple of haters.
Okay, the NFC West, Dan, that is the Rams, that is the 49ers.
Oh, I can tell you who's going to be at the bottom of this damn thing. It's going to be the damn Rams. Oh, no, I forgot. They got 2 crappy teams in there. They'll probably be tied. The Cardinals and the Rams will be all the way at the bottom.
You know what? I'll start this off. I'll tell you right now. Seahawks win the division.
Oh, damn it. I was going to go with the Seahawks.
Seahawks win the division.
Ooh.
Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, that's tough, dude. It's a 2-horse race between the Seahawks and the Niners. But you trust Geno to do anything?
I don't trust Brock Purdy.
Got a couple.
And Geno has 3 really good receivers now. And that defense got even better. That defense had.
I'll take Seattle. You don't have to convince me.
Those corners were already really good, and then they got Devin Witherspoon.
Then you know what's the other thing? Honestly, you saw the video out of camp. Did you see their scout team quarterback? He's getting them. He's lighting them up. At 71 years old, he's killing them. He's slinging that thing.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but did you notice that the NFL or the Seahawks had a version of the Pete Carroll video, and then Pat McAfee had a different version?
Yeah,
he put a better song for the hype video on Pete Carroll than the Seahawks did. He's
got better producers.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Shout out to Zito.
Shout out.
So who are you going with?
Oh, it's me?
Me?
No, Dan.
I said Seattle twice. Seattle.
He said you convinced him.
I don't even know what bird.
I'm gonna go with the Niners, as we just said. They have the 5th easiest schedule. Hopefully Nick Bosa's there, but Kyle Shanahan, like I said earlier, he starts off slow, he figures it out, and as you said, even if you don't believe in Purdy, he's got Darnold there, the best throwing quarterback people have seen out there apparently. So I'm gonna go with the 49ers.
Fernando, I really like the Seahawks as well, but a reason that you don't like the 49ers is the reason I really like the 49ers. Brock Purdy being available week 1 is all I needed to see. Brock Purdy is so much better than Darnold and Trey Lance. He is the best quarterback that they have. That's why he won the job without even competing. So Brock Purdy in that week schedule that Vic just told me about, 49ers win again. By far the team. No, just kidding.
Gilbert, are the 49ers by far the best team in the NFC?
No, the Seahawks are in there, but not anymore.
AFC West, Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos, and Chargers.
Idiot.
I'm going to let Vic go first on this.
The Chargers are in there, by the way, Dan.
Let's see. Who do I go with here? Nah, I'm done counting out the Chiefs. I'm not doing it. It's going to be the Chiefs until, if the Chargers or any of the other teams knock them out, good on them. But I'm not picking against Mahomes and the Chiefs anymore. I'm done.
Gilbert.
I was really kicking myself last year because all off season I was going Chiefs, and then we had this show, and I went, F it, I'm going with the Chargers.
Yep.
Hey, look what happened to me. And look what happened.
But
yet you tell me there's no curse.
But there is no hesitation this time. I'm going with the Chargers, and I feel confident about it. The only reason why is because I saw the struggle that the Rams had after winning the Super Bowl and trying to repeat with the extra long season. I think the Chiefs will be good, but they might be wild card good. This is finally the year, Chargers, to take over that division. If you don't, I'm never picking you again.
I'm gonna go Chargers as well, just because of the coach of the year. I'm gonna say Chargers win the division. I think the Chris Jones, I think that's gonna affect the Chiefs more than people want to admit. I don't think that defense is going to be on it like they have been. Frank Clark also isn't there, and I know people are going to be like, well, Frank Clark didn't show up. In the playoff, if they do make the playoffs, they're going to need a guy like Frank Clark. They're not going to have it. I know some of these guys, I think some of these rookies, some of these young players are going to be fatigued still from the Super Bowl. I don't think it's going to be the same. And the receivers, there's no Juju Smith-Schuster. Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is going to get his. But can other guys step up and do their thing? I don't believe it.
To you guys' point, like I said, the only reason I'm picking them because
you've gotten burned by them before.
Yeah, my biggest, and I talked about this with Gilbert. That offensive line with those two, like you went and you paid. I feel like the wrong guys. Like I don't understand those two offensive linemen that they brought in. You're gonna have to convince me that those are upgrades over what you had, because looking at it right now, it doesn't look like that to me. But that's my biggest question mark with them.
I just have a lot of question marks, and I know. I mean, I'm sure they're still gonna be good, but and the Chargers backtracked all their money. They're in the cap next year for $46 million. This basically has to be. I'm not saying that this is gonna be it, because Tom Telesco, for all of his faults, and everybody gives him crap, I think the one thing he's really good at is managing the cap, and he knows what to do with it. And so, but I still think that this year has to be. I mean, Khalil Mack I think he has one more really good year left in him. You have some good pieces, so I think this has to be the year. So last but not least, Dan and Daygo.
Look what he does, Frown. He picks my team last year, then they lose and they're embarrassed. He goes and covers the Rams after the Super Bowl, and they don't even have enough money for a damn ball boy. It's unbelievable. He has to suit up now. They don't have ball boys because they're all suiting up a part of the 53-man roster.
You guys blew it in Jacksonville. What do you want me to do? It's not my fault.
Hey, it was Dougie P, dude. He's got that magic. I tell you, you guys sleep on my boy out in Jacksonville. Just because he's in Jacksonville, it is what it is.
All right, just pick the Chargers and call it a day. Come on.
I'm not going to pick the Chargers. Why would I pick the Chargers after everything they've done to me? I'm not even going to say the other stupid team's name. Give me Andy Reid.
Wow.
Wow.
Reverse jinx, I think. I like it.
That's the point.
And that's what I wrote, Andy Reid.
Good.
All right. Give me the 3 NFC wildcard teams, Vic.
All right, here. What did I have? All right, Cowboys, Eagles, and Rams.
Eagles is the wild card. Jesus God.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
Rams in the
So
wild
I'll
card.
give you the reasons for as you guys talked about with the Chiefs.
Remember, he has the Commanders
Remember,
winning the division.
The Chiefs
No,
are
I know,
also
I know.
going through the longest season that they've ever gone through, as well. And then you lost both of those coordinators. I'm not as high as I was last year, you know, with the Eagles as I am this year, as I was last year. I should say. Yeah. So that's
Dan, the 3 wild card teams for the NFC.
Give me the Niners. Give me who do you think between the Cowboys and the Giants? I guess give me the Giants. Let's see, one more. Who else is there? Give me the Vikings.
All right, Gilbert.
What was it? Giants, Cowboys, Vikings?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Niners. Niners.
Niners.
Cowboys.
Right.
No, Niners, Giants, Vikings. God, you need to practice your listening comprehension over here.
Well, I had the Cowboys in the wild card. I have your Detroit Lions in the wild card as well.
Shout out.
And what was the other team that I have? Crap. Oh yeah, the Seahawks for sure. I like the Seahawks. Seahawks is a 5 seed, a very impressive 5 seed.
Very impressive.
There you go.
12-4.
Dan, you had Giants, 49ers, and Vikings.
Yes. Go Vikings.
Okay. I'm gonna go 49ers. I'll go Commanders.
Okay. That's a hard.
But he yells at
And I'll go
Remember, I think you
49ers,
picked the
Commanders.
Giants, but you don't have
And-
the Eagles.
I'll go. Eagles. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, there you
Leave
go.
them off.
Eagles, Commanders, and who did I say the other one?
Eagles, Commanders.
Eagles, Commanders.
49ers?
49ers,
Yeah.
Yeah, because he picked the Seahawks to win the
Yeah.
division.
I don't know how you spell Commanders. 49ers. Okay. Now give me your 3 AFC wildcard teams, Vic.
I can go first. Browns, Ravens, and Chargers.
Browns, bold.
Dan.
Give me the Bengals. Who the hell else is there? Give me the Jets based on my divisions. And
And your team?
oh yeah, that's right. And the Chargers. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Thank you.
I'm always here for the assist. Gilbert.
Yeah, I feel like my AFC wildcards are very stacked. Chiefs, Bills, and then the Ravens. Those are my 3.
Ravens.
They're gonna be good. Come on.
I've seen this song and dance.
Well, they made it with a backup quarterback. I'll
And they got
go.
taken out by a team in 2018 with no linebackers, no defensive linemen. I'm not impressed.
That's 5 years ago, Dan.
Hey, that's good enough for me. That tells you.
I'm gonna go Chiefs, Bills, and Jets. I want to see. I want to see I want to see Patrick Mahomes on the road, and that would be It'd be interesting to watch him on the road. So I'm gonna go that route. So all right,
I think we'll get to see Brittany Pout on quarterback season 2. I have to travel.
Who knows? Maybe she comes to SoFi and she sprays water on, or she sprays her stuff on you. The water, she just throws it on you.
That'd be the fastest lawsuit ever that Dan will file.
I'd say got it.
Dan would be like,
in my
I'm
eyes,
melting.
Yeah. I'd be pissed. I would start throwing stuff up there. You bet your ass.
Jackson would come up and try it.
I wish Jackson would come
He's
up.
already in jail by then, probably.
Oh yeah. All right. Now it is time for your Super Bowl selection. Oh, Vic. You
I'm
already
gonna
have it written
go.
down. Dan, start thinking.
I'm gonna go with Bills and 49ers. You know, I know everybody was high on the Bills last season. Usually it takes when people lose hope in you, that's when you kind of come back. And I think that's what we're going to see from the Bills. And then the 49ers, same thing. They lost their quarterback in the NFC title game. They have the run game. They have the defense. That defense is stacked. It's one of the best defenses I've seen in quite some time. and can't wait to see what happens. But yeah, those are my picks: the 49ers and the Bills.
Who's winning?
I have the Bills winning their first Super Bowl.
Damn. Poor 49er fans. 3 Super Bowls in a row taking L's.
Dan, go ahead.
You want me to go? Okay. I think, honestly, the Eagles are going to go back. I think they're heavily motivated. I think, I thought it was very powerful, honestly, what Jalen, I don't know. I saw this on the Twitter, the X now. I don't know how accurate it is, but they said supposedly after the game, I think they said Jalen Hurts was in tears because he was angry, and he apologized to the whole team because he said it was his fault because of that fumble. And number one, that shows accountability, exactly what you want in a franchise player. I think that speaks volumes of the head coach putting that dog mentality in him. And look, I've been saying it the whole time that I thought it was absolute manure and some shady stuff, but sus, as the kids say, the way they lost, but it is what it is. And I think they're going to be extra motivated. Them getting more defensive linemen, I think is just going to make the NFC. I think they're going to tear up the NFC again. So give me the Eagles. And on the other side, the GOAT is going to take his right foot. No, I'm just kidding.
Patrick Mahomes?
No, I'm not talking about that, Plum. I'm talking about Bill Belichick. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think they'll make it that far.
Okay.
Now, give me
Make the playoffs.
Just pick.
Who's in the AFC? I don't trust anybody who's in there.
I just went through and listed the teams, but you said no, you don't need it.
Eagles, Lions.
No, not Eagles, Lions.
Eagles, Jaguars.
Give me. You know what? Give me the Jets. It'll be green on green. Give me the Jets.
Ooh.
I think them adding Rodgers was really the final piece they needed. So even though the guy's robotic, I think they'll be able to.
Yeah,
do something.
He did.
Okay.
He did what? I did what?
Our team.
Like, check his work.
Gilbert. Oh, who do you have winning?
Oh, who do I have winning? I think Sirianni's going to win his first Super Bowl. I think the Eagles are going to do it.
I like this. They're different.
Yeah, because I think in my mind, Sirianni's pissed. The head coach, for the most part, if he's doing his job correctly, his demeanor and his mentality is going to, infiltrate the locker room. And the players are going to show it, right? So the fact that he was in tears at the national anthem and all that stuff, and that he's pissed that they lost.
You're a sucker for stuff like that, huh?
That's real. That's real emotion, dude. Not these
all
fake
right, that's Coach Speak with that and Daygo. Let's move on.
Okay. Now you wanted to open up the can of worms. Here I was coming.
I'm a big fan of the Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts really impressed me a year ago.
He had made me words. Yeah.
It's my time. I like what Vic is saying about the Bills sort of being forgotten. I do like Dalton Kincaid, but neither of those teams will be in my Super Bowl. I do have the 49ers with Brock Purdy, and I have the Bengals and Joe Burrow. I've been liking the Bengals all off season. Yeah, I got a little scared with the injury there, but I think he's going to be back and ready to go. Two teams that have gotten pretty close, can't finish the job, but the Bengals finally get it done. First Super Bowl in Cincinnati.
Here's my thing with Sean McDermott. I don't trust him. Ever since that scumbag ruined those 13 seconds, I can't trust him anymore. I don't trust him for a second.
What about my pick? You give me an analysis for that.
Bengals win. Shout out. I wouldn't mind it.
There you go. No Chiefs.
Yeah, exactly. Crap. Anybody but them at this point. God dang it.
Are you changing your pick, Fernando? Did we have something similar or what?
No, I forgot to put the Bengals in the playoffs, and I said that Joe Burrow was gonna
go the MVP.
He got carried away.
Yeah,
he's all over the place now.
I'm gonna kick out the
the Ravens.
Just stay committed to your bracket. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. He wins the MVP with a 5-19 team or whatever.
8-win team MVP.
Yeah.
He's gonna go Chargers.
No, I'm gonna go.
Do it.
I'm gonna say the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl.
Damn.
Wow, I like it. Though.
That defense, I think that defense is gonna be really good. And those three receivers, I mean, I think they're nuts.
So is Gino going to be the new Eli Manning for now? Just close his eyes, hope to God someone catches it and launches?
I didn't say they're gonna win.
Oh,
okay.
Didn't say they're going to win, but hasn't picked someone to lose to.
Just go. Just do it, Fernando.
All right. No, I won't. No, that's not the route I'm going. I really want to choose the Jets here and say it's going to be a freaking defensive
Miracle.
just
Cinderella
start.
story.
Are they in your wild card at least?
The Jets? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he had him winning the division.
Get the Dolphins.
No, I had the Dolphins winning it.
You
No,
had
the
the
Dolphins get eliminated.
Dolphins?
The Jets go in and eliminate the Dolphins.
You're buying that hype in the MMA fighter, huh?
I just said I don't believe in tumbling too. I think they're gonna bring in another quarterback and they're gonna do something with them.
So you're going,
Oh, is this where you plug the Thomas Patrick Edward Brady from Miami or no?
Oh, that'd be sick. Oh, Dan, if I chose your team, would you get mad?
I don't care. I know all you're gonna do is curse them. Like
that would be the ultimate. He wins Coach of the Year. They go and they end up winning.
well, if they're that good, he should win Coach of the Year then.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah.
yeah. Let's just start doing it.
I'm gonna say Jets over Seahawks.
Wow. Okay. All
I
four
can't-
different.
I want
Yes,
to.
I like this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Jets over Seahawks. I say Aaron Rodgers wins it. He bows out and
to the dungeon
he,
for 30 days, the fast or whatever weirdo thing, introspective reflection.
before you. Yeah, I'll say Jets over Seahawks. I don't. But that
Could you
defense is
imagine?
so good.
Hey, Aaron, where are you going? I'm not going to Disney World, man. I'm going to Woodstock. Give me all the drugs I can get. Or sorry, allegedly.
But I'll say he gets that fairy tale ending and he retires.
Peyton Manning, huh?
Peyton Manning, Ray Lewis.
Dan, will you ever do shrooms with Aaron Rodgers if he invites you?
I don't know, dude. Like, this is what I've always told people. I've never done drugs. I would never do drugs. The only drugs I've thought about doing is the ones that make you hallucinate. So I'm like, I wonder what I would see. But then at the same time, I'm like, that's
turn around. Your background is what you'll see.
Yeah, exactly, right. I'll be having a tea party with the Mad Hatter. Which, by the way, I chose this for a reason. Here's another hot take.
I think there's only one person that could make Dan do any kind of drug.
Who?
He wears the number 10 for his team.
100%. He wants to get high. Let's do it. Dude. We're doing a lot of things. Yeah. I'll get someone to pass the piss test for him, but that's about it.
I thought he was gonna go with Amber Heard.
No.
Why would I want to? Yeah, right, dude. She's big.
Stop. Okay.
Big time.
All right.
Allegedly poops in bed.
He wants to tell a story. What were you gonna say before that, Dan?
I was gonna say, here's my hot take. This right here, Alice in Wonderland, best Disney live action movie they've made.
Really? I've never even seen that. It looks
It's
terrible.
pretty good. I'm watching it right now.
Number 1 or number 2?
Number 1. I like them. I like them both. I thought both of them were really good.
I fell asleep in the second one.
You're terrible. I
Give me
watched
the
cartoon
1947 Alice in Wonderland. How about that?
Oh, no, that was 1951. I saw
how do you know
Snow
that?
White. I saw Snow White the other day. 1937 still holds up. Love it. Great.
I know you're excited about the new Snow White.
No. I don't. You see, there you go. You're trying to get me going. No, I'm not a fan. No, I hate wimps who cry after they open their traps. I'm not going to cry or apologize for anything.
All right. We appreciate you guys so much for checking out the Carne Asada edition of Compas on the Beat, the 3rd annual. Obviously, we've had some fun, but now it really begins. No more life. Whatever fun times we had are now over until February.
Mine is
but we're on the road to Las Vegas.
On the road again.
That'll be some fun.
I just love
By the way,
play music with
Jeff was asking me today. He's like, "Is Dan going to Vegas in February?" I was like, "Hopefully." And he goes, "We're gonna have a hell of a time out there."
You know what? Thank you for bringing this up. I want to tell you something right now, Gilberto. I'm not going to mention names, but a certain legend better freaking blast, blow my mind with the Vegas experience I'm about to get. Obviously on the weekend, Friday or Saturday, but I better get. I'm not going to drop,
legend,
10 grand or whatever, but I want to have a good time balling on a budget, dude.
Okay. We'll go exploring. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Just no Lamar Odom hangouts, please.
That's way too far. I'm not going way out there.
He's talking about fars and distance.
Yeah,
But
obviously.
we appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. If you guys have any questions, we'd love to answer them. Again, this has been our 3rd annual Carne Asada. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Obviously, all this production is for you guys. Make sure you guys check out What's Up Bolts. Make sure you guys check out House of Horns.
Yeah.
And be ready for the NFL season. We got you guys covered. And don't forget to check out everything else on Compas on the Beat network. But again, we appreciate you guys so much. The season is now upon us. After so much speculating, after so much stuff, it is finally here. Let's get it going, Gilbert. ¿Sabes qué? Vámonos. You guys don't face me.
Did I say it right? No? Okay.
You guys don't face me.
There you go.
Let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you. No, you don't like that, Fernando?
Yeah.
You're right. Cliches and slogans, they do get to me. But this was fun. Carne Asada here. 4 different Super Bowl champions. We got Victor with the Bills. I got the Bengals. Dan has the Eagles. And Fernando, you have the
Jets.
Jets, not the Seahawks. But you went all over the place. That was good. We'll see who's right. You know, I'm guessing it will be me. I'll beat Kirk by 20 games this year. But on that note,
you heard it. You heard it. He said he'll beat him by 20 games.
Hey, here we go. Here we go.
That.
Right now. What happens if you don't beat him by 20? What is the bet, Gilberto?
You and I will take Stroom. How about that?
You have to buy him fancy food. You have to buy him fancy food, that good stuff.
I'll buy him a new pad chai. How about that?
What a scumbag.
Now he's my guy, Kirk. But on that note, ya nos vamos, pues, vámonos.